Hey guys.
Hi everybody.
Hi. So, introduce yourselves real quick.
My name is Catherine Haver, and I'm a nutrition student at LSU, and I'm also Mary Claire Haver's daughter.
What does LSU stand for?
Oh, Louisiana State University, I'm sorry. And this is Ashley. Well, I'll let
Yes. So my name is Ashley Simon. I went to the University of Texas at Austin, and I graduated in 2018 with degrees in biochemistry and psychology, and I'm currently the operations manager for the Galveston Diet.
Awesome. So, what is Galveston Prime? And who's it for?
Galveston Prime is a wellness program for young women, and it is about weight loss, but that's not the only thing we want to focus on. Why we did this is you guys.
So basically, like I said, I've been the operations manager for the Galveston Diet for a while, and just hearing the stories of how the Galveston Diet, and I'm sure you all know, has impacted, changed your life has been very impactful. We actually received an email a couple months ago of this one woman who said, I just wish I would have had the Galveston Diet, years ago. I wish I could write a letter to my younger self and just make these changes sooner in life. And that really impacted me because, I'm sitting here researching for the Galveston Diet and learning all these things and thinking like, okay, we can make these changes in our life and it will only help us in the long run.
Yeah, basically to help prevent disease and help everybody live their best life. And you be your best health and really be able to enjoy all of the things that life has to offer without having to worry about everything like that. So, yeah.
So, what in all this, so how is it different than the Galveston Diet? That's what everyone's going to want to know. Why would I not just give my login and password to my 24-year-old daughter?
Love it.
Yeah, so the Galveston Diet is obviously for menopausal women, or older women, and the Galveston Prime, we actually came up with the name because Prime, you're kind of in like the prime of your life. We adjusted some things about the program to fit more of like a younger audience, and things like the macros and also the meal plans, and a little bit of like, we broke it down a little bit more to explain it, and just like kind of like a friendly way to explain everything to y'all. And just I was thinking about college students, she was thinking about people who are a little bit older, and we kind of mixed up that to create a narrative for people our age.
For sure. I think we've done additional research for specifically our age groups. We are not going through the same physiological changes that women are in midlife, and so the science behind why we would do things is a little bit different. Yeah. I think, the same broad general concept, but like I said, we did the research for women our age, and the things that we're going through, like you said, college, getting married, having babies, kind of all the things that are happening in our 20s and 30s, and so that's what we targeted this program for.
And you've added a section that we don't.
Yes, thank you for reminding us. We added a promoting your physical and mental health because we think it is so important to carve out time for that. We get so caught up in jobs and school and just all the things life throws at us that I think it's important to learn, like we said, like the science behind why is that important? Why is exercise important? Yeah. Why is meditation or journaling or sleep? You hear that all those things are good for you, but like why? Yeah, and so we like to break it down for you.
Yes, and education, especially knowing about what you're doing and not just blindly following a program, like so many programs are out there, is so important to creating lifelong habits. And what we are really trying to do is educate and show you that there is a way to be healthy and live a great lifestyle and like it.
So what if there are some moms, aunts, cousins out there who are Galveston dieters, who are in midlife? How would they present this to their loved one without offending them?
Well, I think, like we said, I think one of the biggest things that Galveston dieters, the ones who have found such great success with the program, they will talk about how much the non-scale benefits outweigh the scale benefits.
Yeah.
So what that means is non-scale benefits are things like you have more energy, you sleep better, you don't feel as like inflamed, just all of the things, y'all know what I'm talking about, that outweigh really that scale benefit. So it's kind of proposing this as like, how can we use nutrition to make us feel better and decrease our risk of obviously diseases later in life. But I just think it's not calorie restriction. It's not traditional keto. We're not just like lose weight at any cost. We're focusing on the education, the nutrition, and the why behind it.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people our age are very focused on the number on the scale. And I mean, I can't lie, I've been focused on the number on the scale before too. And I think that this program will help you focus more on your wellness and how healthy you are as a person, and not just defining your worth based on what you weigh. So I think that that's really important to touch on.
And if you have one, takeaway message for your generation, what would it be? Kind of looking forward, looking ahead.
I would say definitely, like, I know people say, like, wear sunscreen or you'll have wrinkles. It's kind of along those lines. Because, like, I mean...
So prevention.
Friends, yeah, exactly, prevention. Like, you don't really care now when, I mean, you're in the prime of your life, you're going to look the best you've ever looked, and it's not going to require too much effort. But putting in that effort now is going to like, your future self is going to thank you, because you're going to be the one that's like, wow, they aged great, or they look great. You want to be that person. So don't just be that person now. You want to be that person in 30 years.
And I think with all things in life, like, education is key. So if you can get this education, this understanding at this age, it's only going to help you in the long run, and you can kind of, help your family out, your future kids. Like, if you just understand food and the science behind it and why it's important to know what's happening when you put it in your body, I think that is huge.
Yeah, especially for future, and just really having that education is the most important part of this.
There's a question about girls in their teens.
Yes, so for Galveston Prime, it's kind of a thin line. So if you're 18 or older, for sure, we welcome you. Come on in. If you're under the age of 18, however, we strongly recommend you talk with your either pediatrician or OB-GYN or just your general health provider, just to make sure this is the right thing for you.
Yeah.
The main concern, I think, would be intermittent fasting, and if your brain is not fully developed, it is probably not the best thing to do intermittent fasting at any capacity. And so, like we said, talk with your doctor before enrolling.
Yeah, you start.
And if you guys, I'm springing this, they have no idea I'm going to ask this question, but those of you who follow me, I'm off camera, but here's my hands. Hi. Those of you who follow me a lot know that I have a tremendous family history, of which Catherine inherited 50% of my genes. And, I'm very focused on a lot of this because of health changes in my family. And Ashley, I don't know if you're, willing to talk about your dad, but can y'all talk about that, like looking forward and what you're trying to, why these habits could help you in the future?
Yeah, well, your brother died of liver failure when I was 15, and her other brother has cancer right now. My dad had skin cancer. So I could list more, but that's just like a few. There's a lot of things that you don't want to think about because it scares you and you just don't want to address it, but this is helping you address it, and it's helping you create those habits so that despite your genetics, you can fight those genetics and give yourself the best outcome. So.
And I think something to think about, so my dad, when I was a sophomore in college, was diagnosed with pulmonary fibrosis, and he actually had a lung transplant and is doing well, so that is exciting. But just seeing the whole process of that, we would ask the doctors, what can my brother and I do at our age to either prevent the onset or extend it? And our number one advice was just to eat well and exercise, and we didn't get much advice further than that.
What does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean? But, this program has helped me. I've done the research for what eating right looks like, what physical education and exercise is, And so I think it's comforting that I'm doing everything I possibly can. It's not saying I'll never get, some scary diagnosis in the future, but if I do, at least I would be at my optimal health, which can only help. And then also just decreasing those risks as a whole. So.
I mean, when I think about, like, reading her comments on her posts, like, people are like, I want to watch my grandkids grow up. I want to be there for them. And I think that, I mean, obviously that's a very, very, very long time away for me. But just thinking about that, and, like, if you're immobile or unable to do that, just, like, optimizing that, really, it will only help you. There's no risk. I mean, like, it's only going to help you, really. So
I think their main takeaway, and this mainly is pulling on like the inflammation part of the program, which we take an anti-inflammatory approach to nutrition, which has been absolutely mind-blowing and eye-opening for me.
yeah.
But taking that look at nutrition, it's just, like I said, mind-blowing, but you just don't realize, and we're not taught it in, high school and college, and really anywhere in society, we're not taught why things are bad for us, why things are good for us. And so, like Catherine said, we're only helping ourselves, and it's a super exciting, I think, just way to live a lifestyle.
So I hear you guys have a special for Galveston dieters.
Yes, code TGD, so the Galveston Diet. We'll get you or your loved ones $4 off the one-time $19 fee, and you get lifetime access to Galveston Prime and all the education, the meal plans, and the research.
So please go check it out. We have a website,
We'll put a link to the website, yeah.
Okay. Perfect. So, yeah, and we have also an Instagram and a Facebook, so go ahead, join, check us out.
Yes, it's at Galveston Prime for Instagram, and then Facebook. We have a group and a page. Both are just Galveston Prime.
Bye,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you.